Good morning. How God has been working in our lives. I think back over these last 2 years personally. As you all know, I lost my husband in March of 2019. Shortly after that, just a few months, my sister-in-law was diagnosed with a rare sarcoma and went through cancer treatment. Shortly after that, my sister came to be with me, and I cared for her till she passed away in May of this year. And during that time, I've cared for my mother, who has been recently diagnosed with cancer for the second time since she's been here in 2014, and is now under hospice care. During that time, we've all faced a global pandemic, where many people had to be out and work, including myself, because there's certain things that can't be done at home, ways to minister and care for others. During that time, just this last winter, we had terrible ice storms, and at sometimes over 100 people were without power and shelter and needed to be served through winter relief ministry. During that time, in our communities, we had a lack of food, availability to get food, hygiene items, bathroom tissue, and sanitizing supplies and things like face masks. Isaiah 41:10 tells us, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be afraid, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my victorious right hand." So how do people of faith get through? With God. Through this time, I have seen God working through the volunteers that have come out with winter relief ministry, ministering to those without shelter. Through those volunteers and those of you that diligently prepared Christmas boxes for children who would not have received those otherwise, and who had lost so many other things this past year, that they encouraged me to please continue that project. Through the essential workers that have had to serve in our hospitals, in our food service industries, in our department stores, so that we could have what we needed. Through you all and others who went out and shared and provide emergency food supplies and those masks and sanitizing items for those who could not get them. Most recently, and last year, through our Extreme Build volunteers that persevered and managed to find a way to build that house last year, and most recently complete a new one for Lakia, Gus, and Ollie, who will be moving in soon. And through those medical advancements that have allowed vaccinations that I was privileged to get earlier this year, I still wear a mask because my mother is not vaccinated. And personally, through my grandchildren, the 4 beautiful grandchildren I have, 2 of which were born during this last 2 years. So beautiful new life has come in the midst of grief and loss. Personally, I have a new love and a way to connect with God through being out and camping and in nature. My husband was not an outdoorsy person. He was a musician, and that was his love. But I have developed a love to be out in nature, and that has helped me so much. I've seen God working in my life in that way of introducing me to new friends and new experiences, as well as staying connected with the old ones. I see God working in our relationship, in partnership together as we minister in our communities. So I want to thank you for your prayers and your support, because they are vital to me. That's what helps me walk through daily. I want to thank you for your support of the offering for global missions, because not only does that support me, but it supports all of our field personnel throughout the world. And I see God working in you and all of you, because without you and your partnership and your love of missions and those that are marginalized and whose voices are not heard, none of this work would be possible. So thank you for allowing me to be here in person with you all today. It's so wonderful to see your faces and allow me to be here to worship with you.